You know, I've loved watching films, Sidney Lumet, you know, William Goldman, all of those, but it just never really occurred to me to make a film. I briefly thought of a story and 2 years ago, and I thought I should do that one day, and then put it away and forgot about it, apart from the odd drawing. Didn't really have any money, so I was going to my sister's for food and a little mutual babysitting. And there was a store next door to her, an abandoned antique store, and just a huge statue of a bird in like a dirty old man raincoat. It just looked so playful and sinister and malevolent at the same time that I went and photographed him. And then I went back the next day and he was gone. Typical to the whole trickster raven thing, so I almost thought someone was playing a joke on me. A bit after that, I did a series of drawings based on the Dr. Bird, but I saw him as some kind of a culture hero, some kind of villain, trickster, and he'd always appear in the periphery of my pictures, and then to the foreground, ultimately. And just little stories started popping into my head about him. He just seemed to take a life of his own. You know, you don't want to make too much of something, but I think it is a little mask to have fun with. You know, everything I would never dare to be, he is. You know, adored and feared by everybody. So no, I had no ideas of making a film about him until the Raindance project that I became involved in. And once I got to work with it, wrote it and drew it in one night. And that's great, because you know there must be something quite good about it. If you can just do it in one setting. So you work straight through the night, halfway, you'll give up. And say, oh my God, this is dreadful, this is the worst, you know, I'm insane, I'm gonna stop. But then you go through a pain barrier, and I actually came up with something. It was quite the experience. What are you, Dr. Raven? Ah, that's right. I was just too afraid to do my own voice, and I didn't feel confident enough. So I'd always admired the speaking voice of the Canadian singer-songwriter Robbie Robertson from the band. He kind of has a voice like, you know, we were just young men in a rock and roll band. And I just really love his mysterious talking voice he has. But then a kind of Tom Waits thing kind of happened, which I was a bit of afraid of because he sues people. I'm not up to speed with tech, so I don't know about the process of having made my music, which Charlotte did, and I kind of didn't want to know about it. I kind of think once I've got the story down and the images, I feel sort of I've kind of done what I've meant to do, as long as the essence is there. And I just knew it was in good hands. You know, it seems such a big machine and quite intimidating, media does. How do you approach it? I've written a couple of times, I've drawn a couple of times professionally, and never really enjoyed the experience. So this is the first aesthetic experience I've had, creative one, that I've actually really enjoyed, I have to say. I guess it's taking the ideas that I had that I thought would be another medium, such as a book or an article, and now all of a sudden it's presented that I can go down this other avenue, which I had not considered before, and so far has been a really pleasant one. So I think it's the best thing I've ever done, you know. Yeah, well.